Hey guys, I got back here with another video. Today we'll be doing a little review on the Modern Warfare 2 beta, what I think of the game, my thoughts and opinions. So let's get right into it. So far from playing the game, I've really liked it, I've enjoyed it, but obviously it's new, it's fresh, so we're gonna need a couple months to actually figure out how we're feeling about it. I think the guns are pretty well balanced. Obviously there's a few guns that are a little more used than others, but also we have a limited range of guns we can use. So far the main guns I've seen used for ARs is the M4 and the AK-74U. Actually, I don't think it's called the AK-74U, but the 74U, another very good AR that I see used a lot. As far as SMGs go, we've got the Hurricane and the Fennec, and obviously MP5. If you did figure out how to get that unlocked, congratulations! It is a very good SMG. My personal favorite is actually the Hurricane. I think it does a lot better at range than other SMGs, and it's a little more accurate, in my opinion. I enjoy that gun a lot. So, as far as the game goes, gameplay, I think it's pretty smooth. There's a few bugs that need to get worked out before the game comes out, but otherwise it's pretty smooth. Time to kill is a little too fast, in my opinion. I think they could really up that just by a little bit, because it's almost like if you get shot at, there's no like time to react to it, and obviously that's a problem for a lot of us when we're getting shot in the back who can't react fast enough. There's a few situations where you can react pretty fast and get the kill, but for the most part it's a little too fast for my opinion. Moving on to overall gameplay, I think it plays very smooth. I think this game will be very fun for competitive, see what they do with the movement. Obviously, there's ways to slide cancel in the game right now. I'm not 100% sure if those are going to get patched or not, because I don't know if it's a bug. But it's not as easy to slide cancel, but there's a little bit more you have to do, a few more steps. But yeah, I think so far the game's doing very well. The maps play pretty well. Spawns need to get worked out a little bit more. So far in the beta, we have the game modes Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy. I played a lot of Team Deathmatch, Domination, as those are what I have fun playing. I think it is pretty well balanced. Spawns need to be worked out a little bit. And for Domination, my personal opinion, I think that the capture zone, like for how far you can be away from the flag for capturing, is a little too small. You have to be like right on top of that flag to capture it. I think it needs to be extended a little bit, just so that way you can get a little bit more peeks and stuff, see where the enemies are coming, make it a little more fair, because otherwise you have to be right on top of that flag, and that is kind of a problem as far as gunfights go, because obviously with where some of the flags are, you can't actually see some angles that they can actually see you at. So I think it'd be a lot better if they extended that capture zone just by a little bit. I've been having a lot of fun on the beta, but there's a few things that I think need to be changed. There's a marksman rifle, which you'll see a little bit in this game, that the enemy team is using, that is just a one shot from almost anywhere, and there's like really no time to react from it because of how fast, like if they don't miss their shot, you're dead. And even if they do keep the damage on it and it is still a one shot, I think the amount of time it takes to shoot another shot needs to be turned down just a little bit, because it's kind of like they can shoot, then they can shoot again, shoot again. It's a little too fast if it's a one shot, you know. But overall, I think the guns are pretty balanced. I think the game's a lot of fun. In the gameplay you'll see here today, it's actually Domination, as you've seen since we're already 3 minutes into this recording. You've obviously seen that it's Domination. But yeah, this game I decided to use this footage because it really shows you a lot of the things I want to show you about this game. It shows you the slide mechanic, or slide canceling mechanics a little bit. It also shows you that gun I was just talking about, that one-shot marksman rifle, and how that one can be used and how that could be a little bit tweaked. It shows you the time to kill and other situations in this. I think this gameplay was pretty crazy. We actually were down by a lot and did end up bringing it back a little bit, but we'll let you find out how and what that was looking like. So yeah, overall over this beta, we've obviously only been out for 2 days, but I've had a lot of fun with it. I think this game, like I said before, will be very good for competitive. and I can't wait to see what they do with that and what game modes will be in competitive. Obviously, the normal search and destroy, probably hard point, but what that third mode is, we don't know. What I would like to see, I thought domination was very competitive back when they had domination in the CDL. I thought that was very competitive. I thought that was very fun. But other game modes that I could see them putting in, so they actually do have a game mode in the beta right now. I forget what it's called. I have to go back and look, but I believe it's called no, it's not Prisoner Rescue. It's Knockout. So Knockout is kind of like Search and Destroy, but instead of planting a bomb, you actually have to pick up a money bag. And whatever team picks up that money bag, you got to protect that person, make sure they don't die with that money bag. When you do have the money bag, you are marked on the map for the enemies to see at all times. And basically you have, I believe it's 35 seconds to run around with that money bag before the game actually does end. And then it's just like S&D, where if you do die, you do get eliminated, but you can be revived by your teammates. I think this could be a very, very, very fun and competitive game mode as far as CDL goes, but I think that would have to replace Search and Destroy. It's a lot faster pace. I think it would be fun to watch, but I don't know if that is something that would get put in there. Obviously, Search and Destroy has kind of cemented its spot into the game, but I think this could be a very good addition, if not replacement, for Search and Destroy. What I would like to see for the third game mode, obviously I said domination, but something like Capture the Flag or like Blitz. If you guys remember Blitz in Call of Duty Ghosts, I thought that game mode was so fun. It kind of reminds me of Uplink, and I thought that was a very good competitive mode. So I think that would be a very good thing for them to put back in this game, but we will see. A little more about this beta is I feel like this game kind of plays like Call of Duty Ghosts. If you guys were around for Call of Duty Ghosts, I think this game has some similarities to it. Obviously, the Fennec was the Vector back in Ghost. Just a little faster now in my opinion, but it's a very good gun. Very, very good. Yeah, so for the 2 days of beta, I think the beta is a pretty good look at the game. Obviously, the game comes out on October 28th, so just a month away. So yeah, I think for now, where the game's at right now, it's pretty good. The maps are pretty fun. I mean, so the maps we have in here is Farm 18, Marco Lago? I don't know what that map's called, but something like that. And then you have Hotel Barham, I believe. These maps are fun. The game you'll be watching right now is Farm 18. Farm 18 is a small map, close quarters in some areas, and I think it overall shows you pretty good gameplay about how the game can look, how ARs can work, how SMGs can work, how shotguns can work. I think this map was the best game to show you. But Hotel is a very fun map, very balanced, I believe, and just so far fun. There's a clip on my TikTok of me hitting a nice clip on there. And the third map, that one is also fun, but the problem with that map is, so you've got two alleys, obviously, and then you have the middle. Well, the middle is kind of close quarters, so like when you're running up, there's little places you can get around, but otherwise you're pretty wide in the open, and it's kind of hard to fight there. Gets kind of crazy, but I think it's fun. As I said, the game is overall pretty well. I think certain things need to be fixed. Time to kill especially needs to be turned up a little bit. I think if they're going to take slide canceling out, the slide duration needs to be turned down just a tad, as that slide duration is a little bit too long, and it's going to get you killed 9 times out of 10 if you're sliding in the wrong times, wrong opportunities. So I think they should turn down the time to kill and turn down the slide time just a little bit, or turn up the time to kill, turn down the slide time. My bad. Just a little bit, just to make it a little more fair, a little more chance. But otherwise, yeah, I think the game is very fun, very fresh, and it will play very, very well. I'm a more competitive type of player, so this casual stuff, I'm not really looking at. I'm looking at the more at the competitive side of things. So competitively, I think this game could do very, 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 very well, as I have said. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that. I'm hoping the maps they bring out for competitive wise. I don't want to see any of the maps that are in the beta in the competitive scene, and I don't think they will be, as they just would not play too well competitively. I mean, yeah, they would not play well competitively, and I don't think they should be in the CDL or ranked game modes. but I am excited to see what they do with that as far as ranked play and or league play, whatever they decide to call it. I'm very excited to see that, and hoping that it drops on the game's release, but obviously we have not been that fortunate in past years. So with that being said, if that is not out when the game is out, I would love for like a list of what game modes are actually going to be in the CDL, not waiting till, I don't know, when they release it February last year when they figure out what the third game mode was going to be. We don't want to see that, and obviously this game being out for 2 years is going to make it a little bit interesting to see. If this game is not as good, getting people to play it for 2 years, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. And I think they're going to have to give this game a lot of attention, a lot of updates, and just a lot of freshness over time, as obviously 2 years is a long time for anybody, and nobody really wants to play the same game for that long, especially when it's come to previous Call of Duty titles. So hopefully this one can bring us back to the days where we were having a lot of fun on Call of Duty. Wrapping up here, I definitely hope you guys enjoy the video, but also just a couple main points here. Time to kill needs to be turned up, sliding needs to be turned down a little bit, the duration of that slide. Domination, capturing zone, I think needs to be extended a little bit. Guns are pretty well balanced. Obviously there's a few tweaks that could be made, but otherwise I think guns are pretty well, and overall the beta is pretty good. So far so good. So as we're wrapping up here, I just hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you have any comments about what I can do better with these videos and how I can just make the best content possible, I would love for you to drop that down in the comments below. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. The game will be wrapping up here shortly. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Fucking tell me. These kids fucking suck.
This is what I gotta deal with, dude. This fair.
Okay, do you understand?
Every time I spawn, like 20 times, it was
down?
like dying like that.
They have 188, we had 150.
I don't even give a fuck, man. Them
188
stupid ass
to
sniper shotguns
150.
is so stupid. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'm done playing this game.
Oh
I don't even want to
god.
play it anymore.
So fucking cracked.